Chief, what's good, y'all? Today, I want to talk about, being in the present moment. Same thing is basically a rebuttal to the video I just made for y'all yesterday, telling you to do things in the now. Basically, just to do it while it's there, do it while the energy is there. This is the same thing, basically, but a little bit more in depth and a little bit more detail. And this one is a little bit more important than, the last video. Now, with that being said, wanting to do things, now, that's a good thing too. But more importantly, as I already said, you want to be in the present moment. And what I mean by being in the present moment is a lot of times us, what we do is we tend to focus. We tend to take a lot of time thinking about shit that happened in either the past or shit that happened that's going to happen in the future, which you really shouldn't be thinking about the past or the future, because you can't really change anything that happened in the past. That shit already happened. It's over with. And the future is never going to be the way, you want it to go. It's never going to turn out the way that you see it happen. It's always going to be tweaked and changed a little bit. So, and then that's another thing. The future always changes. The future changes as you go through the present. As you go through the present, the future changes. So that's why you can't never really spend too much time on the future, because you really don't know. The future is the unknown, y'all. The future is the unknown. That's part of that darkness, the unknown. You don't know what the fuck the future holds for you at any time. You don't know. So why pay so much attention to it? And that goes further into why in school they always tell us, yo, you gotta, do all this shit right here for you in the future. They always got us thinking about shit in the future. Don't think about the future. Think about now, y'all. That's also like, if you like trying to be a lucid dreamer, that's also a good practice to practice to be a lucid dreamer, y'all. Because the reason why a lot of us can't lucid dream is because you are basically just, on autopilot, just going through your dream. You just watching it. You ain't really in control. You might be able to retain and hold on to what you saw happen in the dream, but you wasn't controlling it. You was just letting it be, And you don't want to be like that. You want to be able to literally control your dreams like you just living your regular life. That's how you want your dreams to be. And one of the easiest ways to get to that state is by being in the present through, your waking day. While you just, going through your regular day routines, you would want to be in the present moment. So let's say you eating dinner. When you eating dinner, a lot of times when you eating foods, you thinking about some other shit. But you sitting there, you got a whole plate of food in front of you, but you thinking about something else. And that's facts. A lot of us do that shit. While we eating our food, we thinking about other shit. It could be a whole fucking bug in your plate, and you don't even notice, because you just eating and thinking about some other shit. Now, what you should do is you should start eating your food and pay attention to all the details that's with the food that you eating. How does it taste? The texture, Is it lumpy? Is it smooth? Shit like that. Be paying attention to how it tastes when you eating it. Pay attention to how it's making you feel. Pay attention to things like that. Pay attention to the smell. Pay attention to the temperature. Pay attention to all that shit. Act like you literally, just you literally taking notes about the food inside your mind. And you paying attention to how you feeling while you eating it. That's how you want to do that, y'all. You want to be in the moment. You want to be in the moment. And that's really, really how you going to get to that next level, y'all. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Always be in the moment. Say you at school. And a lot of us do this shit, and that's the reason why a lot of us struggle in school. You would be in school, the teacher would be talking, your mind would be somewhere else. You thinking about what you're going to do when you get home. The teacher up there giving a whole lecture, and you thinking about what you're going to do while you get at home, when you get home. Instead of paying attention to what's happening right now, what's going on right now. That's what you need to pay attention to, y'all. That's what you need to pay attention to. A lot of us miss a lot of opportunities in life, a lot of good opportunities, because we ain't paying attention to the present moment. We too busy thinking about some other shit. Your mind is in a whole nother place, and it's a whole opportunity right in front of you. But you could not catch on to that opportunity because you was too busy focused on some shit that happened to you last night. So a whole opportunity just went right past you. A whole opportunity, and you never noticed it. Motherfuckers be getting robbed and shit because they not paying attention to the present moment. How many niggas in Chicago got smoked and they whipped because they not paying attention? They got smoked, period, because they got caught lacking because they wasn't paying attention to the present moments. Pay attention to what's going on, y'all. Pay attention. When y'all see me, when I'm on live and shit and I'm making these videos, y'all always see me looking around like this. That's me paying attention to my surroundings, seeing what's going on. You always gonna see me looking around all the time. Every time I'm on live, you will see me seeing what's going on. I'm paying attention to everything because I know that that's when shit happens to you, when you not paying attention. That's when you get your energies took by these fucking parasites, when you're not paying attention, when you're not in the present moment, y'all. Being in the present moment is how you are going to basically grow in consciousness, y'all, for real. And one of the easiest ways to do this shit, let's go ahead and just talk about some ways that, you can keep this shit going. Y'all remember how I told y'all how the reality check method with lucid dreaming, when you check your hands and shit, that's basically the same thing. You can use that technique right there to also get you to focus on what's going on. All right, let me see what's going on. What's the smell that I'm smelling right now? How does it feel in here? What noises am I hearing? How do I feel inside right now? What's going on? What's going on? What other energies is happening around me? Can I sense any frequencies? Shit like that, y'all. Because a lot of times, if you really, 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 really pay attention, if you quiet your mind, you forget about all the distractions and you just focus on you for a second, you will start hearing a little ring in your noise, a little frequency right here in your ear. You will hear that shit. And it kind of annoy you. That's because you won't know what it is. But understand, a lot of times when you hear these frequencies, that mean that there's some being that's around you. Either that or you went to a higher frequency. Or you just sense a higher frequencies. But a lot of times when you hearing these frequencies like that, when you hearing these rings and shit in your noise, that just means that there's a being somewhere around you. And you won't even know that shit because you're not paying attention to the present moment. That's why a lot of times, like, when you feeling some type of way, if you would just stop thinking about that shit for a second and just quiet your mind, you might catch a frequency, and then you'll realize that shit, some being is fucking making me feel this. Some being is around me right now, feeding off this energy that I'm putting off of this negativity that I'm putting off. So if you would just, pay attention, you could pick up on that. You can be like, damn, well, let me go ahead and change my energy. Then you change your energy and you start hearing a different frequency. Or that tune will go away because that being ain't getting no more energy from you, y'all. I heard some people say when they lucid dream, they'll wake up and while they wake up, they'll hear a frequency going on. Shit, that's some being that's around you. It's a being that's around you. Y'all got to understand, a lot of the most realest things you can't see. And it's always been right there the whole time, right there in front of you. You just can't see it all the time. But you can sense it, though, if you pay attention. You can feel it. You can feel the presence if you pay attention. And a lot of us is just sleep. That's what they say when they be talking about, don't be sleep. Be woke out here. When people be saying, I'm woke. Knowing a bunch of information about shit ain't being woke, y'all. That's a misconception that a lot of us fall for. Just because you know about what's going on don't mean you woke. Being woke means that you are in the present. You're woke. Your consciousness is in the present moment. You're woke. That's when being woke mean, y'all. Because think about it. When you sleep, your mind and your consciousness is somewhere else. I'm talking about when you literally sleep. When you in the bed at nighttime and you sleep, your body is here, but your mind and your consciousness is somewhere else. That's how most of us is through the walking day. You are just literally just going through programs, just doing shit that's programmed in your subconscious mind. That's where a lot of us live our life, in our subconscious mind. You be at work, you thinking about something completely different, but you still performing your job. You still doing your job without even thinking about it. You just doing it. That's because it's programmed in your subconscious mind. It's programmed. You can use your subconscious mind to change your life. You can use your subconscious mind to program good habits for yourself. Instead of, habits that ain't doing shit for you. Going to work every day, doing your job, that shit ain't doing nothing for you. Yeah, it's giving you a paycheck. Yeah, it's paying your bills. But what happens if that job closed down one day? Now you got to go find another job. So that's why another thing I be telling us, we gotta get from depending on this fucking system. We got to get away from depending on these jobs. Depending on these motherfuckers to give us allowance, because that's all it is. You basically working for your pops or your moms, and she paying you allowance. That's all it is. You doing chores at your job. That's all it is. Chores. But anyways, I ain't want to make this video too long, y'all. I just want to get that message through. Pay attention to what's going on right here, right now. From now on, let's make that a habit to start focusing on what's going on right here, right now. Even if you got to set an alarm on your phone for every 2 hours, that's reminding you, pay attention to what's going on now. That's going to help you out, because every time you get that notification on your phone, you're going to be like, oh, okay. And it's going to come into the back of your mind and pay attention. And eventually that's going to program into your subconscious mind. Next thing you know, you on a whole nother level, y'all. Because when you in that state to where you paying attention to the present moment, it's like you are already your higher self, y'all. It's like you your higher self, because you are tapped in. You are tapped in. That's what it's called, being tapped in. Being tapped in is nothing more than being tapped into the present moment. Honestly, y'all. But anyways, y'all, I hope y'all have a good rest of the day. The sun is starting to come out a little bit. It was real fucking gloomy this morning. It looked ugly. But the sun is starting to come out. So come on outside, y'all. It don't matter. Just come on outside. Let's get some sunlight. But y'all have a good day, though. Chief, I'm out.